What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. And it is 97 degrees in New York, and I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. And it is also going to be 95 plus on Wednesday, which is the first round of the NBA draft in New York, over in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. So shout out to all them boys that are going to be going over the draft in suits, getting ready to hear their name called, because I hope they brought their good deodorant, because if not, that is going to be musty as But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about who the surprise pick of the 2025 NBA draft will be, right? So I think there's several layers to this, right? Because I think there could be more than one surprise pick, as there normally is in most drafts, right? And I'm not talking about the guy that slips, a bunch of spots down. This is more about a guy that gets picked really high, and people are like, "Oh, wow, like you picked that dude right there." Like, okay, like we'll see what happens. I feel like the pick that was the surprise pick of last year's draft, the 2024 NBA draft, to me at least felt like Zach Edey, right? Like going into the draft, I kind of thought, I was like, this dude probably should be picked pretty high because he's like 7'4", 7'5", nearly 300 pounds. The dude is pretty solid, was just like National College Player of the Year, led Purdue to, the NCAA championship game. Obviously did not get it done, but you know what it is. And so I was like, but I was seeing mocks project him like late first round. Like he's going in the 20s, maybe early second round, and then he gets picked 9th overall by the Memphis Grizzlies, had a solid rookie season. But that's like kind of what I mean by like a surprise pick, right? I think number one, right, if anyone goes number two who's not named Dylan Harper, that would for sure be the surprise pick because, obviously this is the Cooper Flag draft, quote unquote. Cooper Flag is undoubtedly going to go number one overall in the draft on Wednesday. And it's pretty certain that Dylan Harper is going to go number two overall. The only thing that's not so certain is if that pick is going to remain with the San Antonio Spurs up until that point. The pick might get traded on draft night, who knows? But it seems like regardless of who is making that pick or where that pick is headed to after draft night, it's going to be Dylan Harper, right? I would be very, very, very surprised if any other player is picked at the number two spot in the draft this season. I guess the other pick that I think could happen that is, I don't know how surprising it would be at this point because it's been like a pretty known thing over the past couple of, maybe the last week or so, that Carter Bryant out of Arizona is like really rising up the board. So it's possible that he could sneak into the top 6 or 7, right? I think before it was kind of like, all right, he's going to be a mid first round pick. If he gets selected in the lottery, that would probably be the highest, like late lottery. But recently it's like, okay, he's going to get picked like 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range. So, and I've mentioned this in my video that I made about Carter Bryant. I think he's a good player. It's a high risk, high reward type of situation because he doesn't have a lot of experience playing in college. He didn't really play a lot, didn't really put up the most points, but he can play. He showed flashes when he did play. So, I think it's all about the team that he goes to really has to develop him into what they want him to be, but he has potential for sure. So I think if he goes in the top 5, right, top 5 or top 6, that would be like a real surprise pick, right? Like if the Wizards took him or if the Jazz took him, right? I feel like that's probably unlikely to happen, but who knows? What else? I mean, I feel like the top 10 could go a variety of different ways, right? Like I said, it's obviously Cooper at number 1, Dylan Harper's at number 2. It's now kind of looking like VJ Edgecombe is going to go 3. To Philly, either him or Con Kneppel. If Con Kneppel goes 3, that would be a kind of a surprise pick to me. I just feel like 3 is a really high slot to draft him at. I've mentioned it before. I just don't know if I'm sold on him being like a star type of talent or an all-star type of talent. I think he's going to be a really good shooter. He's going to be a decent scorer in the NBA, but I don't know what else he's going to provide. And that's not a knock, right? Players in the NBA have to adapt to a role. If you're not a star, you have to kind of play a role, and that's how you can really succeed in the league. And I think he's going to be more of that than a star. I think he's going to be more of a guy that comes into the game, plays his role, and that's kind of it. But every team needs those. It's just I don't know if he's going to be a star. So I think a draft like this, picking Con Kneppel at number 3, would certainly surprise me a little bit, especially being the Philadelphia 76ers, who don't really – I mean, they don't really need the pick all that much either. They just had a horrible season, right? And they kind of lucked out and got the number 3 pick. They may not even kept their pick if it slipped out of the top 6. Would have been with OKC, who just won the title. That would be crazy with the NBA champion picking in the top 7. But I digress. I think another surprise pick could be, like Jeremiah Fears going number 3, right? Or like Kasparas Yakuchonis going number 4. I think that would surprise me a little bit. I think if Derek Queen goes at number 6, that would be pretty interesting, right? A lot of people have been talking about the Wizards picking him up. I think it would be a good pick, but frankly, I'm more leaning towards, as the Wizards fan that I am, draft night is going to be a big night for me, guys. I would rather probably go with Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, or hopefully Ace Bailey. I mean, I'm thinking Ace Bailey's going to be on the board probably up until the 5 slot. I think Utah will pick Ace Bailey, though, at 5. And I think then that's going to leave us with either Trey Johnson or Jeremiah Fears, because I think it's probably going to be Coop, number 1, Dylan Harper, 2, VJ Edgecombe or Con Kneppel, 3 and 4. And then 5 is probably Ace Bailey. Trey Johnson's probably at 6. And then I think Jeremiah Fears is probably at 7, right? But I think Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, and Kasparas Yakuchonis could kind of flip-flop a little bit. I don't think the Wizards will pick Yakuchonis, but I could see the Wizards picking Trey Johnson or Jeremiah Fears. Or Derek Queen, honestly. I could also see him picking Kaman Maluak, who's been projected to go, like 9 to the Raptors. I've seen that a lot. 9 to the Raptors or 8 to the Brooklyn Nets, but I think he makes more sense for the Raptors. But I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of guys that could jump around in this draft. Igor Demon, the big point guard from BYU. It's possible that he could jump back up into the lottery. That would surprise me a little bit just because he's fallen a lot. I feel like he's kind of been more put in like the 15 to 18 range. But him slipping, I wouldn't be too surprised, right? Because he started off as a lottery pick way back in, the beginning of the college season. So I think it wouldn't be that crazy if he went in the top 10. I just think it's a little bit less likely at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, I think if I had to pick one, I think Con Kneppel going at 3 would surprise me a lot. And anyone but Dylan Harper going at number 2. Those would probably be the 2 most surprising things if that happened, right? But obviously, if Dylan Harper doesn't go at 2, he's probably going at 3. Not that I would think that's going to happen. I think Dylan Harper is definitely going to, but I've been wrong before. So, but let me know what you guys think, man. I want to know what you think about the upcoming draft. Who do you think the surprise pick will be, and where do you think that pick will be made? What team's going to make that pick? I want to know your thoughts. And I'm looking forward to draft day, man. I hope you are too. If you're a Wizards fan like me, this is a new chapter. It's going to be a great draft. We got 6. We got 18. I think we got 40 in the second round as well. So got a lot of picks. It's going to be a good night on Wednesday night and Thursday night. Second round on Thursday night. So better tune in for both nights. But I'm going to catch you guys later, man. Stay up, stay blessed, stay humble, stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.